this timeline is crazy, man.
I know. So many things coming at one time.
Not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
No one wants him mentioned.
This is one crazy roller coaster of a story. And honestly, things are moving at full speed with so many shocking twists coming at once. So much to process, and it feels like there's no way anyone could do this alone. But could there be more charges coming in this case? The answer is simple. Nothing is off the table. Everyone is waiting for more developments. Now buckle up because this saga is getting intense. Picture a courtroom drama filled with high emotions, tears, and a whole lot of family drama that's spilling out for everyone to see. At the heart of it are
today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
At the heart of it are Diddy's daughters, Delilah, Chance, and Jessie. These young women are reportedly reaching their breaking point. And the shocking part is they're allegedly looking into emancipation. But why? What's going on behind the scenes? How does this tie into the mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of their mother, Kim Porter? Let's rewind a bit. Kim Porter, Diddy's ex and mother of 3 of his children, passed away unexpectedly in 2018. Official reports say it was pneumonia, but whispers of foul play have surrounded her death ever since. Leaked details.
Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children,
Right.
has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
Leaked details from her autopsy report revealed she was healthy just days before her passing, which makes the whole thing feel suspicious. Even stranger, a casket was allegedly ordered a week before her death. And there's more. The details of Kim's body in the autopsy, including discoloration and odd contusions, have fueled conspiracy theories. People are asking, was her death really natural, or was something more sinister at play? Then there's the issue of Kim's personal belongings disappearing. Her laptop, phone, and electronics went missing after her passing, leaving people to wonder why someone with so many resources didn't have their things. For those of us watching, it's hard to ignore the larger questions surrounding Kim's death, especially given the family's turbulent history. The allegations of abuse by Diddy during his relationship with Kim only make things more complicated. Insiders claim their relationship was filled with controlling behavior and emotional and physical mistreatment, with Kim even confiding in friends about her fear that Diddy might harm her. Imagine being one of her daughters growing up in this environment, seeing all this drama play out in public. It's no surprise they're reportedly—
And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying?
Now imagine seeing all this drama play out in public. It's no surprise they're reportedly considering emancipation. On the surface, it might seem like the family was united, especially after Diddy's arrest and legal troubles. His children were seen supporting him, showing up in court and on social media. But that unity is reportedly crumbling. Just recently, during Diddy's court appearance, only his sons, Justin and Christian, showed up. His daughters were nowhere to be found. The once coordinated public messages of love and support seem like they may have been staged for sympathy. Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday behind bars. And so—
Do I think, yeah. There's no, every man possibly is capable. I think he's very capable of doing it. It's in his character. That's who he is. That's what comes with power. That's what comes with arrogance. That's what comes with, what makes him, power. That's just the selfishness that make you be like that.
Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday behind bars. And sources say this public unraveling of the family could be the breaking point for his daughters. Rumors suggest they've been meeting with attorneys to explore their options for emancipation. Honestly, with all the turmoil, who could blame them? The story doesn't just stop there, though. Diddy's legal troubles are far from over. His sons, Justin and Christian, are now reportedly involved in some of the most shocking allegations against him. They've been dragged into this messy situation, and things are getting worse by the day. the most alarming part. Authorities claim Diddy.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily, so I guess right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
Most alarming part. Authorities claim Diddy has been using three-way calls from prison to reach people he's not supposed to be in contact with, allegedly trying to influence witnesses and tamper with the case. He's reportedly even orchestrated social media campaigns from jail to sway public opinion. The sheer audacity of this situation is jaw-dropping. It gets more complicated with the investigation, which includes mountains of evidence.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
The investigation, which includes mountains of evidence. Financial records, text messages, and security footage from Diddy's properties. Authorities have even seized multiple electronic devices, hoping to find more concrete evidence. One source described the investigation as peeling back layers of an onion, each layer revealing more troubling information. Justin and Christian have been mentioned in some seriously disturbing lawsuits. One lawsuit claims Justin was involved in arranging questionable activities with participants, and Christian is facing his own accusations related to inappropriate behavior during a family event. If these allegations hold any truth, they suggest a much deeper, more toxic culture within the family. It's not just about Diddy, it's systemic. And let's not forget Diddy's legal.
Kim had took the cork, you know where you open up wine? The corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I think he had, I know he tore some ligament, but he almost hit an artery or came close to the artery or either scratched it or cut it a little bit because he just kept bleeding.
Just about Diddy, it's systemic. And let's not forget Diddy's legal team, working overtime to suppress evidence and control the narrative. They've even argued that the warrants used in the raid on Diddy's homes were unconstitutional, but it's hard to see how that defense will hold up. Regardless of how the case plays out in court, Diddy's reputation has already taken a massive hit. Kim Porter's legacy continues to be a major part of this story, with her name becoming a symbol for those demanding justice. Her family and friends are speaking out, calling for a renewed investigation into her death, and even her ex-husband, Al B. Sure, has joined the call for answers. Kim's story.
You know, he gets trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform acts with different, you know, male and different people, sometimes against her will.
It's all for answers. Kim's story is far from over, and her memory is motivating many people to seek the truth. As for Diddy's daughters, it's heartbreaking to think about the emotional toll all this must be taking on them. They've been thrust into a public spotlight, dealing with the loss of their mother and the traumatic circumstances surrounding her death. Now they face the added weight of their father's legal battles. If they do go through with their emancipation, it would mark a significant turning point, not just for them but for the entire Combs family. So where does all this leave us? The story is far from over, and every day it seems like new revelations are coming to light. Will Diddy's daughters follow through with their emancipation? Will his sons face consequences for their alleged involvement? Can Diddy clear his name? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most iconic figures in the music industry? Only time will tell. Diddy's family drama. Oh.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Web of allegations, emancipation, and legal battles. This is a saga that keeps getting messier and more intense with each passing day. What started as a glitzy family story of wealth and fame has turned into a courtroom battle that is now taking the world by storm. At the center of it all, we have the daughters of the iconic music mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, Delilah, Chance, and Jessie. These young women, who once stood proudly by their father's side, are now reportedly seeking emancipation, and things are unraveling in ways no one could have predicted. So what exactly has pushed them to this breaking point? Well, it's not just about the headlines, court cases, or legal dramas.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
There's something much deeper at play here, and that's where the mysterious death of their mother, Kim Porter, comes in. Kim, Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of 3 of his children, tragically passed away in 2018. While authorities have ruled her death as due to pneumonia, whispers of foul play have been circulating for years. It's those whispers that have now grown into full-blown allegations, with many wondering if her passing was really as natural as it seemed. The questions surrounding Kim Porter's death. Kim's passing came out of nowhere. She was reportedly in good health just days before her untimely death. That alone raised suspicions. But it gets even stranger. Rumors started surfacing that a casket for her had been ordered a full week before her death. Who does that, especially for someone with the kind of resources Kim had? But the plot thickens. Not only was Kim's casket prepared in advance, but her personal belongings, including her laptop and phone, were mysteriously missing after her death. How could someone so prominent have her personal items vanish? Then there's the autopsy report, which raised more eyebrows. While no foul play was initially suspected,
It's a question of that, but when you read through the indictment, it's pretty clear who could be indicted as a co-conspirator. Right now, there are people in the indictment who would be considered unnamed co-conspirators, but clearly have played a role in this conspiracy. And I think prosecutors have some big leverage on them because they're hoping that they testify against Diddy as prosecution witnesses.
Which raised more eyebrows. While no foul play was initially suspected, certain details about her body stood out. Discoloration on her skin, contusions, things that just didn't add up. Was this just a tragic coincidence? Or is there something darker going on here? The ongoing mystery surrounding Kim's death has left her children, especially her daughters, dealing with a whirlwind of emotions and uncertainty. The allegations of abuse and toxic family dynamics. The drama doesn't stop there. It's not just about Kim's passing. It's also about what Diddy's children.
But there's also strategic reasons for the prosecutors to want him to have co-defendants, because right now he hasn't waived his right to a speedy trial, which would force prosecutors to take him to trial pretty quick, which they actually might not be ready to do. But if they supersede him and have co-defendants with him, it makes it a lot easier to pursue a trial continuance without him waiving his speedy trial right.
It's not just about Kim's passing. It's also about what Diddy's children have allegedly witnessed during his relationship with their mother. Kim had reportedly confided in friends about her fear that Diddy might harm her during their tumultuous relationship. According to insiders, Diddy's behavior toward Kim was often controlling, and their arguments allegedly escalated to the point of physical altercations. One source recalled a shocking instance where Kim, in an act of self-defense, injured Diddy with a corkscrew during an argument. This volatile atmosphere clearly left lasting scars.
So it's just another form to silence a man, humble a person. You know how sometimes you gotta humble somebody.
You're right.
Yeah, I think he's being humbled right now, which it took a long time. It takes a long time to humble an arrogant person.
Volatile atmosphere clearly left lasting scars on their children, particularly the daughters, who reportedly watched everything unfold. The daughters are now being forced to reckon with the same allegations that have plagued their father for years. The ongoing legal troubles and public controversies surrounding Diddy might have made them finally realize that they need to distance themselves from him, and fast. Imagine growing up in a household filled with constant drama, legal issues, and whispers of abuse. Wouldn't you want to get out as soon as you could? The crumbling family front and the search for emancipation. For years, Diddy's children, including his daughters, rallied around him in public appearances and social media posts. But in recent months, something has shifted. During Diddy's most recent court appearance, only his sons, Justin and Christian, showed up. His daughters were noticeably absent. Was this a sign that they were
It was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else they do.
Was this a sign that they were distancing themselves from their father? Insiders suggest that the seemingly coordinated public displays of affection and unity were not spontaneous but staged efforts to generate sympathy and support for Diddy in his hour of need. Rumors have been circulating that the daughters are now meeting with lawyers, exploring their options for emancipation, seeking legal independence from their father. Considering everything they've endured, from watching their mother's tragic death unfold to seeing their father become embroiled in scandal after scandal, it's easy to see why they might want to break free. The downfall of Diddy. Legal troubles and allegations mounting. Diddy's legal troubles are nothing short of catastrophic. The combination of charges, accusations, and mounting legal battles has created an atmosphere where the once untouchable mogul is now facing serious consequences. Prosecutors are reportedly
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. Yes. The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Now facing serious consequences. Prosecutors are reportedly looking into evidence that could point to Diddy's attempts to manipulate the legal process from behind bars. He has allegedly been using other inmates' phone accounts to contact people he's not supposed to speak to, witnesses, possibly trying to influence their testimonies. Even more disturbingly, sources claim that Diddy is orchestrating social media campaigns to sway public opinion and jury sentiment.
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
And what pains to sway public opinion and jury sentiment, monitoring likes and comments to gauge reactions. But it doesn't end there. Allegations have emerged that Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, have been implicated in helping cover up their father's actions. Leaked conversations suggest that the brothers have been tasked with getting rid of leftover pizza boxes, a term insiders believe refers to evidence that could damage Diddy's case. This raises questions about the deep loyalty the sons have to their father and the lengths they may be going.
I mean, that fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching
their father and the lengths they may be going to in order to protect the family name. The legal impact on Justin and Christian. Both Justin and Christian Combs have found themselves drawn into the public eye as part of the ongoing drama. As their father faces allegations of abuse, trafficking, and more, both sons are named in lawsuits that claim they were complicit in the same activities Diddy is accused of. One lawsuit alleges that Justin was directly involved in arranging illegal activities, while another claims that Christian behaved inappropriately toward a woman at a family event. These lawsuits paint a disturbing picture of a family deeply entrenched in a culture of exploitation, manipulation, and secrecy. It's a tragic cycle that has seemingly consumed all of Diddy's children, each one dealing with their own personal fallout while trying to maintain some semblance of normalcy in a world that's far from it. Kim Porter's legacy and the fight for justice. Amidst the chaos, Kim Porter's legacy is being reignited. The questions surrounding her death continue to haunt the Combs family, and there is growing public support for a renewed investigation into her passing. Friends and family members are speaking out, calling for justice, and even Kim's ex-husband, Al B. Sure, has joined the efforts to demand answers. Despite the pain and controversy, Kim's memory is serving as a rallying cry for those seeking truth and accountability, and it seems her story is far from over. It feels like the Combs family is living through a real-life soap opera, filled with betrayal, mystery, and scandal. The questions keep piling up. Will Diddy's daughters go through with their emancipation? Will his sons face consequences for their alleged involvement in their father's misdeeds? Will Diddy be able to clear his name? Or is this the beginning of the end for his empire? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and we're bound to see even more twists and turns as the drama unfolds.